Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Want to bring you guys a little update on Bitcoin. Obviously, guys, we're having a nice little day today here. We're up 8%, 8.05%. Bitcoin's at $3,629. And guys, we're going to talk about a little bit what happened here and this whale stepping in and what this means for the future of Bitcoin, and especially, in this short term and intermediate trend. So if you guys could like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying for 100 likes, guys, and I can't do it without you. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys and all the comments down low. I'm going to try to get back to some comments tomorrow. So you guys let me know down low what you've been doing with this spike. Do you believe this is just a false little breakout and it's just going to go right back down? Or do you believe that we're making some headway here and the trend's really starting to change and the bottom could have been in here around 3,100 or so when it was down there? So I want you guys to leave that down low and we'll get into this. So guys, remember how we've talked about the power of trend lines and how important trend lines are. And what you see here is this trend line that we have drawn right up here through the real bodies, and you can see we wicked right up to this trend line here. So we weren't able to get up over that even though we have great volume. And the reason for that, guys, is because we ran so far and so fast, so quick. Do you see how low we were here? So what I'm anticipating, remember guys, this isn't financial advice, it's just my opinion. We very well could have went up to here, and now we're going to have a nice healthy pullback potentially of, to that 0.382, or if it's extremely bullish, that 0.236. Guys, a lot of the times these retrace at least 50% though. I'm also anticipating a 50% or the 0.618. There's all these different things that you have to take into account if you're going to be laddering in, different things like that. But you can see this big spike, and what I'm anticipating is a pullback, guys. So right now our RSI on the 4 hours at 82, and you can see how straight up it went and started to hook. So guys are going to be taking profits, and other guys are probably going to be shorting, especially when we get overextended like that, and we're at an area of a lot of overhead resistance here as well. But what we would want to do is to close above this 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. That would be a big deal here, guys, and that would probably be around that 0.382. Let me see. We're going to pull out the fib here just to check from the spot of the move here, roughly. So guys, a pullback very easily to this 35.26 could happen. Very easily the 0.618, which is at 3,477. But also look for that bullish account, guys. What if we get a bounce here off the 0.236? That's extremely bullish. If we just had this pullback here and then we blasted through this trend line on volume, but I'm not anticipating that right now, guys. I feel like there's going to be a little pullback, a little cooling off. The bulls are back in town for right now. We're going to see what they do. We're going to see if they continue to defend or if they're just going to drop down and roll over, and we're going to come down here and we're going to get a lower low. Anything's possible in this market, and that's where we have to plan for the upside, the downside, and the sideways. That's what I'm always talking to you guys about. But right now, guys, on the 4 hour, we're up above the 200-day moving average. That's a big deal, and we want to pay attention to that. And we also made it higher than this high here. Guys, do you see that there? We actually made it above it, which is impressive too. So that's a higher high there on the RSI than what we've had before. So we want to keep that in mind. And now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to move to the 1 day. And we're going to step back and we're really going to look at this and see what's happening, because today's candle close is going to be very important. You see this wedge that we're forming here? Alright. So guys, on the 1 day, we got this slight wick at the bottom here, but basically what we're seeing here, this is a very strong candle here. This is a mix between that Marabazoo we were talking about, which the Marabazoos, you don't really want wicks on the top or the bottom. It's just that full big block, that extremely long day candle, and a bullish belt hold line candle. So it's kind of a mix between the two here, because we do have this wick up here where we wicked up to that 50 and we haven't closed up above that 50. That's going to be a big deal. But if we can close above this 20 that we blew right through, this 20 EMA, that's going to be very important. This has acted as overhead resistance for quite a while now, guys, and we blew right through that. So the close of today is going to be very important. I want to see us close above this 20 EMA. It's going to be crucial for Bitcoin right now. And if we take this down to the RSI, we can do a few things as well. We look at that right there. We're running into some overhead resistance here. We're going to have to see what happens there. And then here's our support that we want to hold. We don't want to get trapped back underneath that 40 on the RSI. It's very hard to get back over top of that. So we want to treat that as support. If we were to bounce back down, guys, we really expect that spot to hold. But today's close, I can't stress this enough, guys. If we were to close like this, that's a great candle. That's very impressive, and it's nice to see some good volume coming back in. But still be cautious, still be patient, because do you see how this is working out? We very easily could go up here, and then we could come back down in here. So keep that in mind. But that would be almost just forming more of that falling wedge type deal, which also can break bullish, where we break to that upside or to the downside, guys. Yeah, that's why we be prepared. Falling wedge about 70% of the time will break up to that upside, but you can also have that rolling over that can fall down as well. So, you can see a little bit of profit taking happening right now, guys, live. We're at that 7.88% now. And the reason we knew about this break, and how we were talking about even in the last Litecoin video I was doing, those Bollinger Bands were getting very, very tight. And when you see those Bollinger Bands getting tight, you're going to have a break. You're going to either have that break to the upside, or you're going to have the break to the downside. And that's why I feel like the Bollinger Bands are very important, guys. And I'll throw them on here real quick if you guys have never used them or seen them before. And we'll take a look at this, see what happened. So the Bollinger Bands here, you see the areas where we're just kind of moving sideways. It starts to tighten up right here, and then we had our break. This bar got real small here, and we broke to the upside. We have that bullish engulfing candle, and we're moving to the upside. But we're going to have to see what we do with it, guys. And remember, when you break out of these trend lines, a lot of times you can run up, then you're going to have that throwback all the way to the line, and you'll see if you can test that, and then a further move to the upside. That's possibility number one. Possibility number two, you can just break to the upside and you can just fly, and then we come up here and probably test this area around 4,061. 4,000 is going to be a big deal psychologically. That could happen, guys. Or we could just come all the way up here and then fall all the way back through, and we could test this bottom here around 3163. So, guys, as excited as I am, I still want to be very cautious and see what's happening, because this is still kind of falling in. You can see the line here, the lower highs that have been taking place over some time now. So let's pay attention to the close today, guys. This is exciting, but remember, don't FOMO into anything, especially with the RSIs. Like on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, all that stuff kind of getting a little bit overextended. On the day, we're looking good at 55. That's strong. So we're going to have to see if we can break over this 59 on the RSI. That's going to be a big deal for us. So if you guys could like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Guys, this is exciting. We'll see what happens, and I'm going to try to check in with you all tomorrow, and we'll see if all this was fake, guys, and all of a sudden right before close we come all the way back down here below the 20 EMA, which would be a really bad sign, because the bulls, all the profit taking. Or if we're going to hold up like this, or maybe even close up higher and basically have that true Marabazoo candle, which would be incredible. So let's keep our eye on it, guys. Leave it down in the comments what you're doing, what you think. Are we going to continue to run? Are we going to have a pullback, a retracement, or are we just going to set lower lows? I want to hear your opinion. I want to see what you guys have to say. I really value it, and I can't thank you enough for sticking around, especially the people here at the end of the video. Most people only have an attention span of a minute or two, so the people who really finish this video, I appreciate it. I'm going to continue to learn. Hopefully you guys learned a little something from this, and I want to learn from you guys as well. So that's why I love when you put stuff down in the comments, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.